Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Do you have a motion to approve the agenda? Seconded by Regina, thank you. Do I need a motion for approval of the minute? Yes, motion to approve the minutes.
We have to vote on the agenda.
Oh, sorry, we have to vote on the agenda. Sorry, you approved it. I thought that was enough. So let's vote on the agenda. Yeah. Love the agenda. Okay, motion to approve.
We have public comment. We have public comment.
Oops. Oh, it does say public comment. Do you have any public comment? I'm doing a Mayor Taylor mode of.
Max, is there anything that you wanted to present or no?
Sure, is that now would be the time to do that?
I believe
We
so.
Or during item.
We can also
Give us a motion.
So, and there's nobody online that has their hand up, so. Motion to approve minutes. Excellent, that's, Akron, Regina. Discussion. No discussion, okay, vote. Unanimously done with the minutes. Okay, new business. We have a resolution to recommend approval of a downtown development district liquor license for Alice LLC. They need to be doing more than $78,000 of improvement, which they are. They would totally. Actually, and I don't know what FF&E is, but I'm interested. And there will be the appropriate balance of income from liquor and income from food because they are going to be a full service restaurant. So, do you want to tell us anything about your? Yes.
Sure, I'd
now
love
it's
to.
time.
Okay, great, yeah.
Let us all turn.
Hi,
Nice
hi
room.
everyone. Thanks for being here. And so my name's Max Sussman, and this is Cape Cave. And we'll be opening Aloes Restaurant on the corner of Liberty and South First. So that was most recently Aroma and Satchel's Barbecue before that. And we're going to be opening an Italian American restaurant with pizza and like you said, a full service restaurant. So there'll be a bar. And we aim to have around 100 seats and 150 seats inside and out. So one of the things that we're really excited about is activating that corner, which is kind of not as beautiful as the rest of the neighborhood right now. And so there is sort of a older asphalt parking lot that isn't really super functional that we're going to turn into an outdoor patio with outdoor seating. Just make it really inviting. It's going to be very family friendly and sort of like all, it's very welcoming restaurant for people in different places and kids menu and soft serve ice cream and all kinds of other stuff. I've been a chef for my whole life and a restaurant operator and a business owner more recently, and I have been in Ann Arbor. We've both lived here on and off since I moved here in 2000, and we moved to New York together for 10 years, and I worked at a bunch of great restaurants there, and came back, and I've been running a pizza pop-up called Pizza Replicator that has gained quite a following. So I'm really excited to have a home for it. Thanks for. I'm happy to answer any other specific questions. FF&E is furniture, fixtures, and equipment. Yeah. So that's like different ways of budgeting out it's sort of like the construction is everything that kind of gets really sunk into the space, and the FF&E is kind of anything that kind of maybe doesn't sort of attached, but not really attached. Like you can sell the tables.
I see.
Take the tables out if you need to,
Great,
the lighting and stuff like that.
great. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. Questions or comments from the from the committee?
I was just gonna say,
Oh, go
wait, you raised your hand.
ahead. Not formal here. so-
I was just gonna say, I mean, it sounds great, anything that will help activate more outside space downtown, I don't think we do enough of it, and so that sounds really exciting and. Look forward to supporting it and can't wait to come by it.
It's a great location.
Um,
Let's see what happens.
yeah, I was just trying to understand, is this a certain liquor license allocation for the improvements? Can you just refresh my memory on why that's highlighted and, yeah.
The downtown development district license.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, it's a specific classification under the Michigan liquor law, and Ann Arbor, quite a number of years ago, allocated the boundary of the DDA
Yeah.
as our redevelopment license district. So basically, if you're in the DDA, you can qualify and apply for a redevelopment district license.
But only if you invest at least.
Yeah,
that much.
there's requirements for
Okay.
seating, food sales,
Got
investment, and so it was, maybe like. I even say on here, maybe like 2006, I think, is when we started doing them.
Okay.
And it was created at the state level as a way to generate interest in downtowns, and then also, to provide locals with more liquor licenses when the quota license process was basically full.
Okay.
Because these are limited, right? We
Yeah,
have a
that's-
limited
that's what
number, as long as they meet.
For all practical purposes in Ann Arbor, they're based on the TIF capture of your downtown. It's just that ours is so high that the formula basically allows us to issue effectively unlimited, but there is technically a formula for how many each DDA gets.
But we've never hit the end.
No.
Well, it's very cool to see it working as intended then.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to tell us? Anything else you?
Did you say you had somebody on Zoom who might wanna?
Yeah, Daniel Kramer, who we're working with, our attorney with helping us through the application, but I don't know if he wants to say.
Oh, okay,
That's
nice. I just didn't wanna gloss over anybody on Zoom, so, okay.
Okay. May I hear a motion to approve this liquor license? Moved by Ackley, seconded by Medina. All in favor, say aye. 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 Good. Mhm.
We'll move this to the June 18th city council.
Fantastic, that's very quick.
Awesome,
Thank you for having a great idea.
But they need to try Pizza Replicator. I have been hearing a lot of good things about it.
Awesome.
I like the whole concept of pizza replicator.
I like the, yeah.
Of all the things that could be replicated. All right. Excellent. So, and then, I understand that, do we have any unfinished business? No, okay. Then what we have is a Class C quota license update from Attorney Reiser, who will let us, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
and Actually, too.
Yeah.
Yes, so in June of 22, you doled out 8 new quota licenses based on the 1,500 per one for 1,500, so we got 8 more. And you allocated them, and they're in various, some have been issued in business already, and there are 3 of them that aren't yet. Those are Ibarito, which received approval from the MLCC on 4/23/24, which means they have 2 years to kind of activate that and comply with our code. So that's a recent and positive development that Ibarito, which is to be on Main Street, was approved on April 23, and a letter from the order from the MLCC states that the approval is valid for 2 years. From the date of the approval, unless the commission has been provided with a notice of pending litigation involving the application, and that they must comply with all state, local plumbing, zoning, sanitation, health law rules, etc. So that's a good development for Ibarito. And Wine Man, which is further south on that same street, but across the street, Wine Man is received approval on 8/1/23.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that is, and we reached out to them, we talked to their attorney, and the attorneys made reference that he's only the liquor license attorney, and Rachel, do you remember what the status, isn't this where they need to get the new architect, new plans?
Yeah, and I spoke with the business owner as well a number of times. They were having some trouble with their architect firm. And they found a new firm that they're excited to be working with and start up the project again. So correct me if I'm wrong, they have until August 1st, 2025
Yeah.
to finish what is needed both at the city for what we require building, zoning, magic that way, but also whatever the MLCC requires with documentation and build outs. So they do have some things ready that need to happen, but they do seem to be back on the bandwagon for picking the project back up.
This is the one like on South Main, you used to
Yeah.
get a flower shop.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a hill, it's like three separate,
Let's feel like Ukraine.
Yeah, they
Yeah, yeah,
had
yeah.
proposed a like kind of a Ukrainian wine and restaurant and wine shop. And I think part of the project delays, they were gonna use one side of the building and then they asked to switch to the other side. And so it's a couple of different suites that I
yeah, it's a couple different addresses.
Okay, well, we'll just have to keep in touch and on top of them, I guess, or not. I mean, they will.
And then you have one more. right?
Yeah, I'm not done yet. Yeah, the final one, they haven't got the approval yet, from MLCC. And that is Chela's, which is
Yeah.
on Maple. I hope that's not me. Yeah, you know where they are, Maple and Liberty. And we had recent conversations with them, kind of letting them know that, like, hey, is this something that you really want to do? Or is this
Yeah.
something we need to try to see if we can claw it back and dole it out to somebody else? They're reincorporated to include some adult children in the business for succession planning and they anticipate that the required documentation will be completed and delivered in a few weeks, not to exceed 2 months. They recognize that they haven't been dilatory, and my words, not theirs, and asking for some patience and indulgence. And we can report back in a couple of months if that's something this body would like us to do.
That'd be great. I suspect that once they get their internal, whatever it is that they're doing worked out, it will move quickly because this didn't involve a renovation. They're an existing restaurant, right? Or did it?
No, but they've got to do a better job with the building department with respect to the outside seating and the outside bar. So we also heard from the planner and the plan review. So they need to update their plans specifically to address, to include the outdoor service as well as the bar locations and the seating for that. So they've got to step it up on their kind of all over job.
Okay, well, then they really do need to get a move on.
I will represent that to them that sounds like the body says, reach out to them, remind them that they've got a couple months, and if not, it'll be an agenda item at a future meeting of this body to decide what to do about it and what to represent to the MLCC.
Yeah, that's a really good, because I think that if we judge that they don't have enough time to get all the work done that they need to do, then I don't think we're gonna let them run out the clock on their.
The clock doesn't even
Clock
start.
hasn't even started.
Doesn't even,
Yeah,
we gave them, council 2 years ago now.
Yes.
Approval for the Class C. The clock for the 2 years to open starts at this point that they're approved by the MLCC. And they keep delaying
Yes.
the application process.
Now, did we put anything in the criteria when we doled out those licenses?
I don't believe that we did, and then the question becomes is, what resolution do we need, or what paperwork do we need to represent to the MLCC that their local government unit no longer approves this application?
Okay,
That's, I've got, I guess, a couple months to
that'd be great.
look into that. and-
Yeah. I thought that we had something in a question in the criteria about how long do you think it's gonna take you to do this? because we did talk about this, that sometimes people wait a really long time and we felt that given how valuable these are, that that's not very reasonable to do. So I don't need to know that right now, and I know that a question in the criteria or the application does not a legal standard make, but we did indicate that we expected timely.
One thing, that the Michigan liquor law does prevent is, this applies to all of the, licenses that we issued. They are not eligible to sell them or otherwise, transfer unless they've been operating
Good.
and open to the public
Yeah.
for 3 years, John?
3 years after the hardship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't just
Yeah.
get the license in their hands and then turn around and sell it after we gave it to them.
No, that would be terrible,
Yeah.
because then we gave them a property. It's like scalping. Yeah, okay. So that's the difference between the DDA licenses and the quota licenses. The quota license are property that is for development. Okay. Yeah, any other, yeah. any
Which is a
other
question, yeah, or was that?
That's all I have, other than to say, Rachel and I will follow up with the representatives, by the end of the week and communicate to them that we're gonna take them at their word, on the 2 months to get things going, and then, bring it back to this body.
So, right, so that. In sum, your presentation all says that, so we've given out all of our Class C licenses are accounted for. Is there a lot, is there a line of people asking still, or? After,
We haven't opened any up.
no, we haven't opened any.
There's a guy on Sylvan, might probably knows more about that, Attorney Dan Kramer, who represents people interested in liquor licenses, so.
So,
And there were people at the time we did the process that were not selected.
right,
But did many of them go on to get a DBA license? Or were there some that were not in that? Because I know we sort of took that into consideration, if that was available.
Yeah, those who were not selected did go forward to and pursued a DDA license.
So at least from that round, we don't have anyone clamoring. But I'm sure there are people in Ann Arbor who could come up with a clever alcohol serving business. Good, okay. Is there anything else that we need to do before adjournment? Nothing? Wonderful, motion to adjourn. Okay, that was Ackman Medina, and we are adjourned.
Good luck, Mr. Sussman.
Thank you.